What's up, guys? Goodness here, bringing you another episode of Raging with Ronaldo, and this is the team that I'm playing with. So here we go. There's going to be a few topics that I'm going to be discussing today, and I'm going to be accepting an invite from a guy called Little Jello. So I'll go and accept the invite. He should be there waiting for me already. So anyway, if you're looking for Ultimate Team coins, then go check out Joe's PS3 coins. Like, they'll be linked to the description below. And basically, he's now dropped the price to an amazing £4 per 100k. So that is an absolutely amazing deal. And it's one that you're going to have to go check out, because those prices are probably going to stay at that price for long. So make sure you go check it out. So what am I going to be talking about today on today's video? And let's hope that he decides to accept, because we don't need to be delayed with the video lengths, because it's going to be like a live com, as you know, Raging with Ronaldo. Let's see if we can induce some rage from him. And he's gone for the black kit, so he's not taken too long, and we'll go into the game. So what I'm going to go into and discuss today is my predictions for the Premier League next season and who's going to win. Basically, I'm going to predict my top 4 and maybe the top 5 or top 6, let me think. And well, I might discuss who gets relegated, but I'm not really too fussed about that, because it's always a bit of a tougher call. But we'll look at so far, as this is Sunday evening, so I'm quite happy with the fact that Arsenal have just beaten Man City. I know it's a friendly, pre-season friendly and all that, but we could have lost it, but it was a pretty convincing win from our point of view. Yeah, they had a lot of possession, but we were clinical, and if that happened during the season, we would all take that. So we won the game 3-1. I mean, what's his name? Negredo did score a good goal, showed some strength, and he looks like he'll be a vital asset, when it comes to being next season. I'm sure he will bag a lot of goals for Manchester City, because he just has that strength and presence up front. If you've got some speedy wingers or some speedy players, doing some of the the wing play and just the assist work and all that kind of stuff, then basically, he's going to be an absolute brute and an animal in the box. I think he may be a good card to use next year. I really do. I think he will have a decent card in, FIFA 14, and that's exactly what you want to be doing, really. You want to have a decent player like that, someone with a bit of strength. And we've got Di Maria going through here. Oh, with the near post OP already straight away. I'm sure that was Di Maria with his right foot. So we go into an early lead. Oh, well, we'll see how this game pans out for now. Won't get too confident. So basically, yeah, so that made me think about, what's going to happen next year. And basically, there are going to be a few assumptions that I'm going to make based on my opinion here. So the following assumptions are, number one, oh, don't try that straight away, trying to rainbow flip me. So number one is that Gareth Bale does indeed move to Real Madrid. Of course, it hasn't happened yet, but it's looking likely, and he wasn't involved in Spurs' game today. Did he have one of those so-called stealth injuries that these players who want to move get conveniently, so they don't get injured while playing for their club when they want to move? Or was he genuinely injured? I don't know. I didn't really pay much attention. I just know he didn't play in the game. I caught the end of it. They were playing Espanyol today. It was on ITV4, I think. So the other assumption is that, of course, Shrek decides to move to Chelsea, from Manchester United. And the other assumption is that Suarez decides to move to Arsenal. Or in fact, that doesn't even really need to happen. Either way, it doesn't really impact on my opinion, because I think with regards to Liverpool and Arsenal, really, I don't think that will make that bigger difference on how their season will pan out. That might be crazy, seeing that he is a good player, but I'll sort of get into it as what I think. So let's start with the different impacts, and with those assumptions, how strong each team are going to be. So of course, let's start with last season's champions, and you've got Man United. What a way for Ferguson. As much as I disliked him, being an Arsenal fan over the years, you have to really respect Ferguson and his record and what he's achieved there. As much as it pains me to say that, there is respect that goes there, and the achievements that he's managed to achieve in the game, they probably won't be seen again, because he's had so many years at the top consistent. Pretty much most of your lives, if you're watching this video, if not all of your lives, and most of my life, he was their manager in Manchester United, I think for the whole of it probably. And it's just absolute, ever since I've known football, he's been involved with Man United anyway, and he's been successful. That's the crazy thing. So literally year in, year out, builds another team, is successful. And what can you really say apart from hold your hands up? And when I'm not wearing my Arsenal hat and very biased and disliking him because he's saying something with regards to looking after his team, you've got to say hats off to you. You're probably the best manager in English football ever. Well, probably that's a safe bet to say that he was. And fair play. But now he's gone finally. That's a good thing, I think, because as much as I think David Moyes is a good manager, he is no Alex Ferguson, and that's what you've got to take into account. So basically, he's no Ferguson, and we've got Neymar going through, cuts on side, outside the foot. Oh dear, should have made sure really. So he is no Alex Ferguson. So anyway, let's talk about Man United. So at the moment, corner, look at that. Khedira from the corner, and we take a 2-0 lead. This might not be happy. It's not been that much domination, but just some clinical finishing, a bit like Arsenal today against Manchester City. Just take your chances. Oh, and he's starting that flick stuff again. Why bother? He doesn't even get a free kick because of it. It's just a waste of time. It seems to happen when people seem to get frustrated with the game. The rainbow flicks seem to come out. They seem to try things that just basically probably not going to work, but they just resort to some aspect of desperation. So mate, let's go back to Man United, and I think basically Moyes has got is basically whatever Moyes does, he's going to be tagged. Oh, and as Ronaldo's through. Oh dear, if that was on target, it might have stood a chance, but that was a poor effort by myself. Got distracted by his keeper coming off the line and went to chip him rather than just, going in a bit closer and just dominating. That was my fault. It's not a reflection on how the player is in the game. It's just, sometimes you just make the wrong decision. And, regardless of who you're using, that wrong decision will be reflected. So, let's talk about Moyes. And I think basically, it's a great job to go for. Of course, who wouldn't want to manage Man United? However, following Ferguson, whatever he does is, for me, it was a bit like when Mourinho first left Chelsea. Whoever followed Mourinho, and Avram Grant was the unlucky manager, basically was never going to win, because, if they'd won, it would have been Mourinho's team. If, Demir is through. Oh, he's made the schoolboy error. Yeah, he hesitated with his keeper. Gave me the opportunity to basically put the ball into the back of the net, and we go into a 3-0 lead pretty early on. So, Mr. Jallo, I bet you regret. He asked me for a game, so I thought, why not? Let's be kind to the guy. Let's give him a game. I've not played him before. I didn't know anything about his abilities on this game. I know he's got a channel, so I thought, yeah, why not? Let's see. Basically, I could have, got raped because I don't really know what he's about, but so far so good anyway. Let's try not to make some crazy mistakes, although I'm playing Suicide FIFA right there, not the kind with the crazy forfeits, but the kind where basically you're giving your opponent opportunity to score. That shouldn't be. So yeah, it's a poison chalice basically. When Avram Grant went there, I don't think he did that bad as a Chelsea manager, but he was no Mourinho, and that Ferguson will soon find out that Moyes will soon find out that he is no Ferguson. So basically already he's getting some negative comments, and the season has not even started yet. And of course you've got the whole Rooney thing where he wants to leave, and basically if he leaves, then that's something else that you can beat him down with and say oh, why have you let one of your best players leave, etc. And so basically going into that, and have they really strengthened that much from where they were? And I would say I'm not really sure. Oh dear, I should have really scored another goal there. His defence is so open. His defence, basically, it's like Jovini's forehead. The size of the holes in this guy's defence is just absolutely unreal. What can we do with this guy? Oh no, we can't do anything. So I really think that he is going to struggle with that. And I think that, basically, they're not going to be at the same level. Oh, he's left him, is he? No, but he got back in. So, yeah, they're not really going to be at the same level that they were last year, especially. And if Rooney does decide to leave, they're going to be a striker short. Oh, and he's through on goal. Oh, and he blazes it wide. There's one opportunity to get a goal back, and he didn't take it. Wow, I've been let off here. Really let off in this game. So, yeah, I really think that Man U are not going to be as strong as they are. I mean, unless they have, a killer signing that we have not yet to see, but I'm basing it on what's happened so far and what's looking likely with those assumptions. They're going to be a striker short. I know they have decent strikers anyway with Hernandez. They've obviously got Van Persie, the one who we really shouldn't name, leading the line for them. I've also got Danny Welbeck, who does a job. And, they've got Wilfried Zaha that's coming. But for me, they're not as strong because they've lost that manager. It's going to be an adjustment and potentially going to lose one of their better players. So they're not going to be as strong. So I don't think they're going to be up there. Let's discuss Chelsea. And I think for me, Chelsea are going to be a real threat next year because they have signed a couple, players as well. And also there's the Mourinho factor. So for me, that's just untold. He has an amazing success rate. Wherever he goes, he wins trophies. And obviously he's been there before. The whole club, the ones who are still there, know him and understand him. and basically they know what to expect from him. He's a born winner. He won't play the most exciting football in the world, but you know what? If you want your team to win, he's your manager, and I really think they will be a threat this year. And some of the younger players, like Oscar, Mata, I think they'll improve. And of course, and he's finally got a goal back. Wellington, eh? Wellington. Oh well, let's concentrate and try and make sure that we push on. Maybe this will be a game of two halves, literally. We'll see what happens. And I really think that they are going to be a much stronger force next year. And I think they're going to be the ones to watch, definitely. Oh, what? I've just given the ball away to him, and this is the beginning of the end, is it already? No, David Luiz storms in. Right, let's try and get something back into this game. And that was the wrong ball to play. Oh, Ronaldo. That's Ronaldo. Okay. I lost track of the player there. Whoever fell over, thank you for the assist. And Ronaldo cleans up again. So Ronaldo is now starring basically, and he's trying to induce some rage from my opponent. But so far so good. To be fair, because I'm playing this guy, I don't really think he's going to rage quit. I think he's just going to accept the result. Oh, and who's this now? Oh dear. That was like poorest effort on goal ever. So weak. So anyway, who else are we going to discuss in the mix? And of course, we've got Manchester City. Today's... Oh, through again. Oh, wow. Oh, so come on, get it. Oh, wow. What on earth happened there? Comes to defend, his keeper has it in his hands. He sort of diving header into the ball. I need to see this in slow play. What are you doing, keeper? Oh, nice. Nice. Cheers, Di Maria. Thank you very much for that. He does not like to be outdone in this series. It's probably one of the most EA-fueled goals I've ever seen. EA's at its best there. What sort of goal? I'd be absolutely raging if I conceded that kind of crap. What was his keeper doing? How was Di Maria allowed to basically mow down the keeper with a diving header and basically put it in? You just don't know, but that's just FIFA for you. It just happens, You never really see this kind of crap in a real game. That's what I will say. It's just crazy. But then I guess they're trying to make it realistic with sort of things that can potentially happen on a pitch. And I guess because you play a lot more FIFA than you would watch real games, then I guess you're gonna see it more when you're playing these games rather than when you're watching games on television, etc. So anyway, we've got Manchester City, and I've been impressed with the signings they've made. I really have. I mean, obviously they've lost Tevez. Aguero wasn't even on the bench today, but they have got some decent players. Vincent Kompany again looks like an absolute monster. And I think, he will be a quality, captain, and he will push the side on. Yaya Touré looked fairly sharp. This Fernandinho looked pretty good. And, of course, I am impressed with Negredo because he is just a beast when it comes to striking. If you just want someone there with a powerful left foot, strong as an ox, good technique, good finishing ability, then basically, that's your man. Oh, that was the wrong pass. I wanted just to be slightly further forward and we'd have been through. Basically, he's got so many holes in his defence. I don't know if he's just playing attacking or if he's just not worried about defending. But it's pretty easy to... Pretty much every attack, there are opportunities. Oh, didn't come towards the ball there. So we've got Man City, and I think they will be strong. But also, new manager again. And that's a massive factor. There's no stability. New players, new manager, new style of play. Oh, off the post, very lucky. Right, let's counter that now. And, so they're going to be a threat, and they're going to be someone who's worth basically, taking into account. Of course, you've got my team, Arsenal, and, at the moment we've signed Sonogo. But what I will say is that, there is stability, keeping the same manager, and all the other clubs sort of cross that in. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Neymar's getting involved. This front three is absolutely deadly, by the way. I've got no faults with them at all. I will probably look to draft in Messi because I do prefer him slightly to Neymar, but Neymar is like an adequate understudy. He just does the job, literally there. 5-star skills. It does what you need him to do. And he's got decent shot and pace as well. Look at this 6-1 now going into the 72nd minute. And, this is the time when you'd want to quit, but yeah, he's going to carry on, I'm sure. Just try and save some face, try and get a couple of goals. What is happening now? Why are you not taking the kick? He probably doesn't know that I'm recording this game, and literally every second means that the video is going to be slightly longer. So anyway, let's go back to it, and we're talking about Arsenal. I won't drag on too much about them because this is not really an Arsenal thing, but I think they will be in the mix somewhere. I don't really think that they'll be right at the top challenging, but I think that basically because we've got the core of the same side who obviously played well towards the end of the season, players like Chamberlain and Theo Walcott are improving week in or season in, season out, basically. Oh, keeper, what you doing? Di Maria again with the finish. Well, this is, it's the goals that are pushing up the length of this video rather than anything else. But look at that, a lovely chip. Do you want some salt with that, my friend? Or maybe something to dip it in? Who knows? But there you go, a lovely chip for you there. So yeah, so I'm thinking obviously Arsenal will be stronger, even if they, Arsenal comes up with the old rubbish that having Diaby back from injury is like a new signing, which I'm sure we will hear before the season starts. As soon as he comes back, that's the kind of crap that we will hear, and we probably won't be signing anyone. Maybe Suarez, but you just don't know with regards to that. So yeah, we'll be in the mix, and I think purely for the reasons that even if we don't strengthen, because we have consistency, and our rivals are changing managers, selling players, that kind of stuff, and basically, that instability it takes time to adjust. So, Di Maria in again. Oh, great save from his keeper. So, that instability will basically mean like they'll drop a few points that they wouldn't normally have done the year before, and hopefully, can cash in on it. Then you've got the others who will be in the mix as well. So you've got teams like, I don't like mentioning them, but we have to. Tottenham. They've invested. Soldado's a decent player, a decent striker. Paulinho, I think, is a decent player as well. And then you add into, even without Bale, you add into the other players that they've got. And, they're going to be a strong side. And, of course, then you have Liverpool as well, that are also someone to consider. And they're always going to be competing while they have someone like Stevie G there. And then they've got, Coutinho looks like he's going to improve, and he's a decent player and got some technique. And, they've got some decent other players as well. And, maybe Sterling will come good this year and really push on, because he did tail off towards the end of last season. And I don't really know why. But, they're going to be in the mix. And then maybe someone like Swansea, play attractive football. And maybe they'll be an unknown club who basically, are really amazing and basically live up to or exceed everyone's expectations. And maybe take points of everyone. You just don't know what's going to happen. So anyway, let me say what order I think we'll finish in. So let me go. I will think that basically Liverpool and Tottenham are going to be fighting for 5th and 6th place respectively. So I'm not sure which way around it's going to be, but I'm going to say one of those two teams is going to fill those two spots. I think it's going to be close again. If Bale had stayed, and if he does stay at Tottenham, then maybe they'll push into the top 4, because Bale right now is unplayable at times. You can keep him quiet for 80 minutes. Maybe even 89, but literally, that 1 minute he'll score a wonder goal, and basically you're done. So if he's at Madrid, he'll be doing it for him. If he's at Tottenham, where everything's stable and with the same manager again, then basically, he's going to do it for them, and they might finish higher. But for now, we're making the assumption that he's gone, and that means basically that they're going to challenge for 5th and 6th next year. I am going to say that again. I think Arsenal will finish 4th. They have the stability again from last season. Players are improving. I don't think it will be as perilous as last year, where it was like a last minute rush to try and push into 4th. However, I think basically they're going to go there. I think basically that Man City are going to finish 3rd. Great signings, bit of instability. New manager will take time to adjust. Then we'll have Man United finishing 2nd. They have the quality. They have. Moyes is a good manager. He'll get something out of them, but that will take time to adjust as well with the new players and all that trying to fit together. And finally, Chelsea will finish 1st. I think the Mourinho impact will basically mean that he will win the league and again be the special one. So that's it, guys. That's this video over. You saw the message come up saying good game from Little Jello there. Nice one, mate. Thanks for featuring this video. You probably will get a surprise when you see it. And that's it, guys. As always, hope you like this video. He was too respectful to give me some rage, but that's what I thought anyway, seeing that he asked me for the game in the first place. So that's it, guys. As always, if you like this video, leave a like below, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.